Bart, I don't know if I can get you to turn around there, but you can even see them starting to have to take his gloves off. So it makes sense that if we needed to call 911, we'd use this. But would a dispatcher be able to find us? Can you tell me my location? This is Miranda Combs with WKYT. I'm doing a test call. Is this Madison County?
No, honey, this is Garrett County.
Do you have any idea what I'm talking about? Also, I have some notices from planning and zoning.
Turn it off now.
Do you have a comment? Okay. When they started winning seats that they didn't even expect to. But a lot of these employers just don't know what to do. A call sharing program that will split the cost of the tree and make sure you're getting one that will diversify the supply. The program is on a first come, first served basis and typically gets about 200 trees in the ground. It's going to be a 6-month wait, which is unacceptable when you're trying to get your child help right now.
You do a good job.
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's
a compliment from you.
Thank you for bringing this to light.
All right, great.
Miranda Combs.
Well, y'all filming Mr. Guffey for?
That's Sheriff Jim Guffey, and this was the end of our interview. Sheriff Guffey is the top police officer of Clinton County, population just over 10,000. The courthouse sits in the middle of Albany, a typical small Kentucky town where lunch breaks are common. Hi, how are you? And visits from reporters aren't. This piece of paper is what brought us here. This is the Clinton County Jail admission and release form. Check out the signature at the bottom, though, of the arresting or transporting officer. This isn't the sheriff or his deputies. This is a 10-year-old. We had some concerns from some people in your county about this.
Okay.
Who is that?
That's my son.
That's your son?
Yeah.
And so is he a deputy or?
No, he's not a deputy.
We were emailed this form showing Sheriff Guffey's son's signature on an official jail document. We were also emailed this picture, who Sheriff Guffey confirms is his son. Is this your son?
Yes, it is.
And so you had him dress up like he is a sheriff's deputy?
Ma'am, that's kids' clothes. There's nothing real on his person.
What time was it?
Oh, it was about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning.
LaDonna Kempton was one of the women arrested on March 5th by Sheriff Guffey with his son in tow.
He was dressed just like a deputy. Had a taser, had a badge.
Had a taser?
Yes.
You're sure?
Yeah. Showed it to me. Sure did. Yeah. On his side, just like the sheriff did.
We interviewed Kempton in the Russell County Detention Center, where she is awaiting trial for her charges out of Clinton County. What are your charges? What are you facing?
I'm facing, yeah, it could be 5 years or more. I don't know exactly how long.
All drug charges, a felony, and 2 misdemeanors were the warrants she was served on March 5th. She says the sheriff's son was with his dad the entire time but didn't participate in the arrest until they got to the jail, and the sheriff's son took over for signing her in. Did you see his son sign it?
Yeah, I witnessed his son sign it. They all just thought it was funny, like it was a big trick for this kid to be doing this.
This is a copy of another intake form that we were emailed from the same day as Kempton's arrest. We followed up by asking the jail for the same copy. The one they faxed us, though, is different. It's got transported by Sheriff Guffey added to the side. This is Clinton County Jailer Johnny Thrasher. This was the original, and then this one says, when it was faxed to me, it says transported by Jim Guffey.
I don't know anything about that either. We'll need to change it.
He says he wasn't there the day Guffey's son came in. If you were here, would you let his son sign an intake form?
If I'd have been here, it probably wouldn't have happened. But I wasn't here.
The jailer says it's not routine. In fact, he's never seen the sheriff's son in the jail. The sheriff says after our initial calls, he checked with the county judge and other county officials who told him there's nothing wrong with what he did. None of them returned our calls.
I haven't done nothing criminal. I have not put my child in harm's way. So if you're this desperate for a story for your television station, then so be it.
But you had him sign an official document, an intake form at the jail.
A lot of times they don't get signed by officers.
So that makes it okay that your 9-year-old son did it?
So you're wanting to degrade me by doing this? Then go ahead.
It's not degrading. I'm just asking the question of why you would allow him to do it.
I just told you. I don't put my son in harm's way.
You know, somebody needs to know that they've got this 9-year-old kid serving an indictment.
This is taking it to another level. I'm done. Okay?
Okay. Well, I appreciate you talking to us.
I mean, this is ridiculous. Sir, cut the camera off, please.
And with that, he walked out.
Well, y'all filming Mr. Guffey for?
Dad protecting his son, his job, though, to protect the county. And I talked to the county attorney in Clinton County. Michael Raines told me the sheriff's son shouldn't have been signing official papers. Procedurally, that should not have happened.
If they meet someone at risk, they can't go, well, I don't know. They actually have all this stuff out there.
They are here for the first time together.
The police department's thought process now is we're doing it wrong.
Counselors, rehab specialists, and community outreach have come to the table to figure out how to fix an underground danger that's happening in broad daylight.
Putting a prostitute in jail for 3 days and she gets a $200 fine, that just means she has to turn 3 more tricks or spend 2 days in jail to pay her fine.
We spent several days with Lexington Police Detective Rick Lynn trying to understand the problem.
It's just hard to measure, you know?
One afternoon, he took us to 7th Street, a popular area for prostitutes. We immediately met 2 women. Detective Lynn has known them for years.
Yeah, I used to be the biggest thing out here. I'm not gonna lie. Ricky Lynn's got me a couple times.
But his goal these days isn't to lock them up. It's to set them free. 90% of prostitutes he sees are also drug addicts.
We're not going to target women who are involved in prostitution. We're going to treat them more as a victim and try to get them help.
To put the problem in perspective, this woman is 26.
When did it start for you?
I was 19 when I started hanging out around on the streets, using drugs, and then to fuel my addiction, I started prostitution, and that just, from there, it really went downhill.
And here's the proof. 7 years of marks and scars, reminders how far she's fallen.
And once you use a spot for so long, it pretty much die, like your vein dies, is what I call it. And you have to move to another spot, yeah.
She doesn't have a home, not even a packed bag. She lasts just a few hours before she needs more money for more heroin.
How does it work? You just keep saying like $20. Is that typically what you get?
Depends on pretty much what you do. You can make more, but the least you'll make is $20.
How much does heroin cost?
The least you can usually get is $20.
Detective Lynn stood back and listened to our interview.
When's the last time you had heroin?
Probably about 10 minutes before y'all pulled up.
Stories like hers are the reason he says the game plan has to change.
Our focus is on the Johns and on the pimps. If you take the money out of that whole equation, the only thing the girl's going to have is to go get help.
Do you feel a shift in the relationship that you have with police these days?
Oh yeah, definitely. From used to be I'd fear them.
She also has learned to trust the people who run this place, Natalie's Sisters. Just down from the same part of town prostitutes tend to roam.
You know, every week we see more and more ladies coming in.
Natalie's Sisters is a first touch ministry to get the prostitutes help when they're ready.
And that's what we're here for, is to help them see that they are worthy and to be ready to make that change.
Until then,
they don't have these things.
They take bags of food and essentials to the women on the street. They partner with police. The woman we met on the street told us she was ready to go to Natalie's Sisters the next day.
I'm holding you to that tomorrow. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you better drive by and make sure she's there.
We were at Natalie's Sisters the next day.
You have seen her before she has come in. She said she would come in today to us.
We hear that a lot when we're out on the street. We'll see you tomorrow, or we'll be in next week. And we take that with a grain of salt, because sometimes they will be and sometimes they won't.
They know that when she is ready, this place will be here. The success of Natalie's Sisters is impressive. So far, they've helped 200 girls find a different life. Each color on this wall represents one of the rescued.
Most of the girls don't want to be out here. Most of the girls want to get off the street. They don't know how, or the drugs are to a point where they're just lost.